So, hello and welcome to the latest edition of the AIIM Growth Partners podcast. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Mahmoud AbdelAziz, the co-founder and CEO of Division X, the computer vision experts who have built a no-code, low-code solution platform for AI vision workflow solutions. Mahmoud, welcome to the show.
Thank you, David, and thank you to everyone listening to us here.
Let's just begin with a bit more of an in-depth overview of yourself, Mahmoud, and your background, if that's okay.
Okay, perfect. So as you said, I am founder and CEO at Division X. Actually, we started Vision X in 2017 in Egypt, starting by providing computer vision applications for different industries with more focus on the manufacturing sector. And by 2020, we started to productize our expertise in this field and built Tuba.ai. That is a no-code platform enabling anyone to build their AI computer vision application by themselves. And now we are working in the area of mixing between the vision systems and new LM systems to have a multimodal systems too. About me, actually, I'm working on computer vision when I was a student in the university from 2009. Actually, it's a long time ago, actually. So I started it, and the first touch on it by building it in my graduation project in the graduation from university in 2011, and then started the first startups called the QI with in 2013 with more focus on textile industry for building machine vision systems for the quality inspection for textile industry. And after that, I exited from QI and worked focusedly on Division X from 2017. In the meantime, I also was a part from another startup called Digified that was building eKYC solutions, especially for banks and the financial institutions. And that's it.
Well, there's so much to cover off there, and obviously you've been in the space for a long time. So interest, I guess, first of all, in understanding the evolution. Take us back to kind of QI, where it was very specific use case for a specific industry. You then moved on to kind of eKYC, as you mentioned, for the financial sort of services. And I think eKYC, most people kind of know, or identity verification, generally people are going to understand. But talk about kind of the evolution of computer vision and the trend you're seeing in the space, how it's changed over those last 12 to 15 years.
Yes, actually, when I started it as a traditional, pure traditional computer vision without any type of AI, just using, for example, MATLAB or OpenCV libraries, so you can build your classic coding for computer vision. So in this time, building this type of software, it was very, very, very restricted. If we changing something in the objects or the use case, we need to change the whole coding, and that making it more higher in cost and also not flexible like now. And by the time of 2016 and 2017, we have a new deep learning revolution in that time, and also with the same GPU revolution in the same time for hardware. Actually, hardware is a big factor here, actually. So we introduced to use the deep learning neural network to build our vision solution. And from that time, it make it more flexible. So we opened our services to be applied for different industries with more flexibility in applying AI for computer vision to serve different customers. The change here was more about data. So we need more and more data in that time. And if the customers don't have data, so we need to figure out how we can get this type of data. So this was a change in that time, and also accessing to the GPUs or the hardware in general. And from that time till 2020, 2022, in that time we have the evolution of Gen AI and LM and other stuff. So it started first from the text and the chatting, and then starting to shift slowly to the vision and the generating sometimes of visual language models that we have right now, and also adding the idea of mixing between vision and NLP solutions. So we have a multimodal systems and make it more easy than before. How we can build it with a few type of data. It can be 5 or less images or without any type of data. This is what we have right now. Yeah. So it's open a lot of opportunities, a lot of challenges too, and in the same time to build this type of applications for different applications and different industries.
What opportunities has that managed to unlock for your customers?
Okay, in this case, for example, we have a lot of use cases related to the document understanding and the document comparison. And when we're talking about document here, so we're talking about the normal digital documents and also the scanned documents. Before that, we working on early stage OCR solution. It's extracting the text, but it is small dump. It's not smart. But now we are shifting from the OCR part to the document understanding part. So the system or the model is understanding the document itself, not just extract the text. So it is more smart than before. Make it easy to just extract the data and also store it or make a comparison or make a cognitive operation automatically and generate the results according to the customers or the user needs be based on that. Before the multimodal system, it can be done. Yes, it can be done, but it will need a lot of work and a lot of coding, a lot of building a pipeline, a workflow to handle a specific case for a specific customers. But now the same engine can serve different applications and different use cases for different customers. It's just example for this.
What are the real benefits of for customers implementing computer vision?
Yes, I think especially for the robotics industry, it's have a revolution right now in the industry. You know that adding the vision component is a main component for any robot, any smart robot right now. And now the robotics builders are dealing with different items in the robot itself. It's more about motions, motors, more about perceptions, not only the vision. Vision is a small part actually in this case. Adding the new type of vision systems building on large vision models or what we calling right now large behavior model. The behavior is that we are transferring the human behavior to the robots. So the robots can learn from this behavior through a different curriculum of videos. So just the robot sees the videos like a baby, see the videos, learn from it, and then can repeat the same movement based on this type of videos. And all that stuff is built through this type of large vision models and large behavior models. That is as revolution or results from the generative AI in general. And from my side, I think the revolution of robotics industry still not started right now. It will be more booming in the next 5 years, building a new video curriculum to enable the robots learn more and more flexible movements. And when we're talking about robotics also here, that we can also out of time here for learning. So the robot can stay the whole night learning from what they done in the whole day, and from also the videos, and from this type of learning they will be better in the next day and will be more better in the next day. So it is also the idea of integrating this type of models within the robotic system. At the same time, also make it more on edge. So these models can be more smaller that can work on the robotics itself, not the cloud, to make it more private is also very important thing here, and also to make it very fast response and independent on the internet connection.
Gosh, yeah, because I imagine, and I suppose in some of the kind of the environments where you're going to be working, or some of your clients are going to be working, say it's like an oil rig, or say it's going to be somewhere maybe offshore that hasn't got good internet connectivity. I guess that's going to be a critical component in actually powering and getting the real benefit out of these things. When I'm speaking to like a lot of kind of AI leaders, a couple of the main challenges they come across is like AI hallucinations and AI explainability. What are the main kind of challenges or concerns people have with this sort of technology, particularly being powered by AI?
Okay, the changes that you mentioned are also part of it. So it's a continuous change. Actually, it's not a constant but I will mention the changes from the ecosystem but from the customer side that we as we are talking with different customers now, and all the customers now they need to apply AI. Okay, you need to apply it. What's AI that you want to apply, or what's use cases? No, and this is the gap, and this gap is part of the changes that we are facing every day. the gap is that the customer need to be more educated, or at least more have the knowledge how this AI can be part of their businesses or production processes. This is the first one. Second one, not all the AI parts like ChatGPT. This is the more important information. So they need to apply any type of OpenAI or ChatGPT on their premises, but it depends on their use cases, and it depends on their business value at the end. And this is the most important one. And also talking about their digital readiness. So if they have their data are ready or not, it is connected or not, and other stuff, in addition to also the infrastructure. So all this item together will make the customers more ready to apply different types of AI to improve their business value. This gap is taking from us a lot about to first finding the best use case to start with the customers, and then apply this type of use case, generating a result from it, and then we can roll out to another one or another customer. So it taking a lot for them to be convinced, to be more educated to how they can get benefits and apply different AI technologies, especially when you're talking about traditional sectors like agriculture, manufacturing, oil and gas. So all these sectors are more traditional, and most viewers there are not in the digital space. So they need a lot of efforts to see how they can apply it.
Gotcha. And talk me then through, you talked to me about how you kind of productized a service. You've created this no code, low code platform product. Talk to me around kind of the rationale behind that and what that sort of allowed you to do as a business, having this product rather than it all being kind of service led.
Okay, perfect. Actually, when we out in 2019, 2018, something like that. We were serving different customers in that time, and we found a shared pain within the whole customers. We need the domain expert to be more involved with us in our development, especially when we talk about understanding the use case, understanding the defects or what's inside the images. If we're talking about very specific case, like for example, welding defects inspection, crops defects inspection, and other stuff. So it's need experience from outside the tech, and we have some changes how we can get this experience to us to be able to roll out the whole application. And from we came to an idea. Okay, so why we can't enable this type of people to work on the use case by themselves? And from here we coming the idea of Tuba. So how we can mixing between, in that time, it was AutoML or auto machine learning in the background, and also building a no-code application. So the user or the domain expert in this case doesn't need to be expert in the AI or a coder. They just will work on something, a workflow or steps. At the end, they will generate a trained model based on his data, and then from here he can try again and again the iteration to reach the best performance for the model. And this is the core idea that is coming, that you are not only user of AI capabilities, but you also somehow a coder or a developer in your area, in your business, in your case, for example. And also, it's opened a lot of opportunity from different companies, especially the big corporate, that they are now looking for a platform to build a different application based on that, not only a final vision solution. And also, so we are played in this case, and we faced a lot of changes in the area of privacy and data privacy, and also whether it's cloud or on-prem. So we open it to be more flexible, so it can be applied on the cloud or also on premises, to make it something like infrastructure as a service. So we provide this infrastructure for them so they can build their data based on our infrastructure. And this is the core idea that coming to a real application right now.
And do you find that having built Tuba and empowering the kind of subject matter experts within the organization has led to greater engagement?
Yes, We found it engaged for clients, but at the end, it depends on the company mindset. So it is the main concept. The mindset is open to work on different applications and also to upskill their employees. This is very important. So the employees will work on our platform and develop different applications. If it is not so, they will not work well on this. The main important thing. For engagement, we found engagement, especially from maybe some manufacturing companies and also agriculture, especially agriculture. They have a lot of applications and a lot of different types of fruits and the crops. We, for example, we applied this type of application on orange, so I need to apply it on strawberry or on banana, for example. So how we can apply it? So they have the platform, so just to collect some images or some data, feed it to the system, work on the process, labeling, training, and deployment. Then you can have different models, at least for experimentation. Also, so no need to be a final, but for experimentation, it's making out of understanding how these systems works and if they can implement the production level. But when they come to us to implement it, they have a knowledge and the background, so it will make easy for us to make this implementation.
Well, look, I look forward to keeping in contact and tracking your progress over the years to come. And, we're touching base and seeing what the kind of the trends are in 18 months time, in a few years time, and seeing how that changes. Maybe we can do another podcast further down the line, looking back at, what's changed in the last year or couple of years. But what I do want to finish and kind of say a huge thank you for you kind of taking part, being a guest on the AIIM Growth Partners podcast. I know I've learned a lot about, computer vision, specifically the work you're doing, the evolution within the computer vision space from very niche specific use cases when you started out back in 2013 with your first company, and even through the EKYC company you had, to now, servicing and serving businesses across various different sectors. So huge thank you, Mahmoud, for your contribution to the podcast. And I'm sure the listeners have got a lot to kind of take away.